Hello everyone, it's Benjamin here. I want to make a video about one's protection against narcissistic abuse. I got some thoughts in relation to this, and I was thinking I should want to explain this in this audio tape. It's about the balance of the human being's consciousness. We must understand that our balance, we are very much unbalanced in our thinking, in our behavior, and we are, in other words, not very high developed in our spiritual being. And this means that we are very much weak to get trapped into the movements of the narcissist. And what I mean by this is what you actually already know, but it is good to put it in words so we can actually relive it and get protection for ourselves. And here is the following. If you actually do good things to yourself and to others, then you spiritually grow. On the other hand, if you make mistakes, if you start to steal, rape and rob, and you murder or do just bad things to one another, then you actually start to stagnate in spiritual growth and can also degenerate. Just as the narc has been degenerating because of his wrong and certainly evil doings as well. We as small human beings, we are also very much open to fall back into our own mistakes. So here is the good thing: when you follow up yourself and you try to do good things, you see a true poor human being on the street who is not an abuser, who tries to misuse his statue as a beggar, who is actually, I don't know, I say something, an anarchist who tries to fool you into giving your money to him. But a real poor human being, then just give something to this man, to this woman. That is a good deed. Or, for example, you know somebody who is sick, and he is sick for a long time. He might not have many social contact, and you can go to him, have a small talk to them. Might not be much, but this person, you have done a favor for this person because you have been thinking about him. You have actually helped him with his problem of being lonely. But you also got a friend who is in prison, maybe justified or not. You can go visit this person. So these are just few examples of doing good things in life. You can have a walk in nature, and you can just be with the nature and see that this is what you really need. Excuse me. You needed to have a rest for yourself, for your consciousness, and thus for your conscious evolution. So you are strong, and you can go forward again. So we all know if we build up these good things for ourselves, we become into a plane of stabilism how do I explain this? It's a state where you get luck around you, where you attract the happiness from other people, together with your own wealthy health of mental state. And this state is what I mean. This state is very important to have for yourself in order to be able to protect yourself against the weak making attempts of the narc against you. So if your shield, let's call that your shield, if your shield is broken, you are very much susceptible to attacks, and you can also fall down very easily because your shield is very weak. But if you have a good shield and you have been working on that, you might be much stronger in that. And in that way, you can actually start to see. And what do you want to see? You want to see the difference in state of your consciousness before and after a attack. Because when you see the difference, it is possible for you to strive to keep the balance there. On the other hand, you love to go to techno parties and you fill your body with drugs and amphetamines, and then you steal and rob or rape and I don't know what you watch on television and this and that. It is violence, it is sensualism. I don't know if you get bored with publicity. This is all not so good. I'm sorry for the development of your stable consciousness, because all you watch these deprogramming information, you get deprogrammed and very susceptible for attacks of any kind. So when you see yourself being growing, you will enter. But this may take some time, because this depends on the state you have before. This depends on the state that you have already reached. Some people come from very far, and some people are very good busy. They are just unfortunate to get entrapped with the narcissist in some kind of a psychological fight. So that is important, people, to understand that there is a problem with one's consciousness evolution, that it might be very weak. It thus has to consume a lot of rubbish, and you might be confronted on work in things that are obligated to you with a lot of bullshit, and you have to actually extract yourself from that. And in meditation you can go for the enforced thoughtlessness, and this may help you to actually clean your daily rubbish out of your life. And okay, that sounds very classic and everybody knows meditation and this and that, and you see tons of information on YouTube, on the internet. But let's just say that the thoughtlessness or the self-empowered thoughtlessness is of very great importance. So you can keep your mind clean, and you can keep your state of your mentality in balance. Okay, and there we go a little bit further. When you now are in balance and you get attacked, then you start to understand that when you get attacked, it actually drags you down again. And you see this balance before you then. And that is very important because I think I'm gonna repeat myself here, but I'm trying to think about. It's all about this weakening effect of the narc, you see, and that may not be underestimated. So if you take your invisible state of consciousness and keep it there where you want and work on it, then you might be much, much more powerful. And also, there we go, that is that when you are attacked by the narcissist and you are actually dragged down in a hateful feeling, like you see, if you do not have much experience with people and they attack you, you want to attack yourself against them as a spontaneous reaction you actually have towards them. Well, and there it is very important not to do so, because if you do so, then you are actually as worse as them. In the way that this is a rule. This is not me telling you what to do. This is a rule. If you murder just like another murderer murders, then you are also a murderer. But if you attack another just like another is attacking you, then you are also attacking. That is very simple. So then you lose your very balanced mind state again, and you will feel depressed, and you might be some consumption for the narc. I don't know that. I do not consume such, but I do know that it is important to keep your balance in front of your eyes as a means of meter. Let's call it a meter. Let's call it just some navigation tool which you have. And you know, if you feel good, then you have one. Okay. The narcissist, his attempt will fade out. Okay, he might be eating on your chest. He might be bouncing into your world of thoughts and try it all over again. But you have won, because you did not have lost your patience towards him. You did not have attacked him in return. And again, this is very important, because if you lose, then you have lost. And it doesn't matter if it takes a second or it takes a few months. The most important thing is that you do not break your upgrowth of your mental balance, your psychological evolution of your inner world advancement. This is very, very fragile. So you want to keep this, and you can keep this even if you are attacked, by remaining patient, remaining calm. Do not attack in return. Do not murder. Do not slay in return, because if you do that, you are not only losing in the external world, in the material world, but you yourself will pay the price for it with your broken consciousness, which is actually equivalent to the deed you have done. This means that if you do a murder, you may take years, you may take lifetime, I have no idea, might be long. If you have small mistake, your self-punishment or your grasping of the fact that you have done something wrong will be equivalent to your deed, your misdeed. And that is actually loose from the experience with the narc itself. You have to maintain yourself, and you know that you will be made imbalanced by the narc, so he will actually be there to blame you for not being stable yourself without him being actually having done something toward that. So that is very strong. You lose and you get the guilt from the narc, and that is because we are very weak. We do not speak about our inner evolution. Nobody talks about that. There's some meditation there, there's some mindfulness there, but nobody really put the the tool on it, the navigation tool on it, which keeps this balance in front of their consciousness to say, this is mine. With this state of well-being, I'm feeling happy. I can collect friends around me and know that I will be that I will be attractive to others. People will benefit from me. They will come to me and speak with me, and they will have learned something, or they will have joyful moments, because I know my state, my balance is balanced enough to just be there so much for these and them. And this is what I mean there, what you know and what you always have known, but keep that in mind, because that is very worth gold. And if you lose that, you are weak and you are food for the narc. So we are responsible for ourselves in the first place, and know that we can be tricked into this weakness by the very attempts of the narc. And I think I'm gonna conclude this video here, and this was what I wanted to explain. Thank you for listening. I hope to hear you later. Bye.